The precision of this box becomes evident once you begin to measure it. The margin of error when measuring the flatness of the surfaces, or the margin of error between how parallel each surface is to each other, for example each end of the box, is only within a few thousandths of an inch. One way to imagine this is to imagine carving up a single inch into 1,000 equal segments, and that's the scale that you have to measure within in order to define the accuracy of the work that went into creating this artifact. It's simply astounding, and it's certainly not the product of any crude hand tools like flint chisels or diorite pounding stones. Note also that the surfaces of the box have not been polished like other boxes. They're just so finely ground as to be basically perfectly flat. The interior corners are equally exquisite, and you can see here that the radius of these internal corners is about equal to the width of the tip of a ballpoint pen, and this is an order of magnitude finer work than even the incredible boxes of the Serapeum. What's more, these tiny corner radius values are consistent as far as I can tell, and not just on the inside. The same degree of care and precision has been applied to the corners that exist underneath the lip of the box on the outside. When you remember that this is carved from a single piece of granite, and that a single mistake could mess up the dimensions of the whole artifact, it becomes almost entirely impossible to assume that this work was done by some primitive culture using hand tools. It just isn't possible. And if somebody claims that it is possible, then the only way that you can prove that is to actually replicate this type of work with all of the most difficult measures that go into it, the internal corner radius, the flatness within thousandths of an inch, and you need to do so using the techniques that you claim they used to make it. And as far as I know, no one has ever even come close to this. Something else to keep in mind is when you add in the lip around the top of this box, it adds significant geometry and many more corners into the construction. It's really just remarkable.